stretch it out, stretch it out. Doing something special, you gotta stretch it out. What's up, everybody? Today we're doing my hands down, absolute #1 favorite recipe, and that's pizza. When I started my diet, there was one thing, and I'm saying one thing, that I said, how in the world am I gonna give this up and still be happy? So I am happy to bring to you today, whether you're on SCD, you're not on a specific carbohydrate diet, maybe you're just watching what you're eating, or you just wanna try something a little bit unique, a little new, I am so happy to bring you a specific carb diet appropriate pizza. Now you may be asking me, Chenzo, what does that mean, specific carbohydrate diet pizza? I thought you said you can't have any starch in your other video. Check that video out. No flour. That means no starch, no gluten, no sugar. And we just hit it with some prosciutto, fresh basil, some onions, mushrooms. Hope you come along with us for the ride. Check this out. We're gonna start off by making our pizza dough. One batch is gonna be 2 cups of almond flour. It's gonna be half of a cup of dry curd cottage cheese, and it's gonna be 2 eggs. I like to make a double batch, and the reason for that is I love pizza. So we're gonna hit this up with 4 eggs. Once you have 4 eggs in there, we're gonna move on to our dry curd cottage cheese, also known as farmer's cheese. We're just gonna use 1 full cup. Mix that all in. We're going to add 4 cups of almond flour. It is a thick batter, right? And that's really what we're going for. So we have our dough. It's thick, it's mixed, it's looking good. What we want to do is we want to actually spread this onto 2 different baking sheets. And the reason for 2 is obviously we're doing a double batch. You want to make the crust really thin. And so the way we actually prepare it, right, you need to kind of pre-bake the dough a little bit, just to get it to form and to harden up a little bit, and then you add your ingredients. Otherwise, what will happen is you'll lay this dough out, you'll put your sauce on, you'll cook it, and it'll just kind of turn into like a watery mush. So we're gonna take our butter, and we're just gonna start buttering this guy up. You really don't want your pizza to stick. It could mean that you can't actually get your pizza off of your pan afterward. Kind of grab like half of it. Here's a bigger one on this side. You want a thin crust, and the reason you want a thin crust is because otherwise what happens is you get more of a consistency like bread. Now our little handy dandy tip, we take olive oil, we pour some in our hands, we spread it across our hands are nice and oily now, and that lets us, and then it's kind of just a labor of love. All right, so here we go. And then as you come in, you can kind of see, right, as you look in some pieces, like here, for example, the closer you get, you know, you may or may not be able to see it, but there's little pockets of areas where, you know, it's almost translucent, it's see-through. I like to just add a little bit of salt, a little bit of dried oregano, add a little bit of pepper. Usually what I do is actually put a little bit of olive oil just right on top of the dough. And there you have it. We got our dough. It's lightly seasoned. It's got a little bit of olive oil. And we pop these guys in the oven. We're cooking it at 325 for 20 to 30 minutes. Depending on how thin you make your dough, it may cook a little bit faster or it may cook a little bit slower. You're looking for a golden brown color and being able to see that it's a little bit firm. So when you touch it, it doesn't just totally sink in. That's how you know the almond flour is cooked enough that it can withstand all of your sauce and toppings and all those goodies we're putting on the pizza. I like to do mine with some onions, some fresh garlic, mushrooms. I have a little bit of banana peppers, and then I have this kind of spicy La Bomba sauce that I use that is just really good if you like spicy food. The oven's still going, right? We're actually gonna pump this baby up to 375. I'm using a little bit of Mozzetta spicy marinara sauce. These areas where it cracked a little bit, I'm actually just gonna put a little bit of cheese. It makes it so that afterwards, when the sauce is on it and it's cooking, that part's not gonna, the sauce isn't just gonna seep underneath everything. is looking like a stacked pizza. There we go. We have our second pizza all done up. All right, so our pizzas are topped now. We popped those bad boys in the oven. I set it at 375, probably another like 15, 20 minutes. You just want the cheese to cook down. You want the onions and the mushrooms to cook a little bit and the prosciutto to crisp up. We got our two awesome looking pizzas. Now we just add a little bit of basil to that. This is fresh basil. This we got out of our garden. We chopped it up. I personally really like banana peppers. I like that it gives it kind of something to cut into that salt. Something I also like to do, you know, if I'm feeling a little spicy, is I'll actually put some habanero. You know, they have heat, but they have a lot of flavor too. They're not just spice. They're actually very floral. They're very fruity. I'm telling you right now, they smell awesome, and I can't wait to dig in. All right, everyone, that just about wraps it up for us. We really appreciate you stopping by. If you like the video and you like the kind of content we're producing, let us know by dropping a comment. Really hope we see you again. Thanks so much. Peace.